Hey, everybody. I'm happy to be here as usual. Glad to see you guys and to talk about a topic that is really important. And I wanted to share it because right now I know I'm juggling so much stuff. And sometimes I find myself missing um, things that I should be doing or that I want to be doing. And just trying to figure out how to make it all mesh. You know, how you want to do all the things and be all the things and be able to keep your word about the stuff you said you were going to do and just try to make it all work. And sometimes that can be really hard. And I know back in the day, before I learned to give myself grace, I would be hard on myself for having a hard time. Like instead of how I would treat a friend, being compassionate and loving to them, not letting them get away with stuff, not saying, oh, you don't have to do that. Because we do have to keep our word, right? We do have to find ways to hold on and do the things that we say we're going to do. And yet we can do it and make it happen without being hard on ourselves. We can still find ways to give ourselves grace. And that's why I want to dive into this concept today, into the concept of empowering ourselves, learning to give ourselves grace, because it's a very empowering concept. Okay. Life's journey is full of ups and downs. None of us escapes that. We all go through it. And we all have setbacks. But it's how we respond to those challenges that truly shapes our growth and our happiness. So today, I really want to look at that and I want to explore the importance of self-compassion and and provide some practical tips to help you navigate through difficult times with grace and resilience. Okay? So, let's start by defining what it means to give yourself grace. Essentially, right? It's the act of forgiving and accepting yourself despite shortcomings, mistakes, and failures. And I know as in our generation, as older women, we really struggle with that idea. We're always struggling with trying to be perfect, not to make mistakes, not to feel stupid. And the thing is that you learn from those mistakes. You learn from the failures. You're never out until you give up. So you want to just think of it as extending that same kindness and understanding to yourself that you would to someone you really cared about that was facing a tough situation. Because self compassion is crucial for our mental health and well being. Yet, many of us struggle with being overly critical of ourselves because we grew up hearing, you know, don't mess that up. If you mess it up, don't be making mistakes. 3 strikes, you're out. Don't be stupid. Just all these things that are like really crazy. And I got to say, in my house, and I didn't understand this, but in my house growing up, we weren't allowed to call each other stupid. That was punishment. You could be punished for that. We could not call each other stupid. And I had 5 brothers and sisters and cousins, and we all lived together. And no matter what each other were doing, those words were not allowed. That was like cursing, right? And I didn't understand why that was so important then, but I get it now because you learn through being able to make mistakes. You learn through being able to be free to try and do what it is you're doing and not think, oh, I can't do this, I can't do that. You don't know what you can and can't do till you've tried doing it. So try it and don't give up because you don't succeed. Really give yourself that movement, that ability to go through it. So, and one of the most powerful ways to practice self compassion is through positive self talk. And I talk about this a lot because it's so important, right? What we say to ourselves, our internal dialogue greatly influences how we feel about ourselves. And influencing is really an understatement, right? Because it really shapes how we see the world, how we perceive things, and how we feel about ourselves and our abilities. So instead of criticizing ourselves harshly when things go wrong, we can choose to speak with us to ourselves with kindness and compassion. We can say, okay, this is not how this should go. So, do you need to take a break? Do you need to regroup? Let's take a moment, because we're not saying ignore our mistakes or shortcomings. We're not saying, let yourself off the hook and don't do the thing. We're saying acknowledge them with empathy and understanding, and give yourself a chance to come back at it again a different way, or even another day if that's what you need to do. So I just want to go back a little bit and talk about failure, because it's something we all experience at one point or another. And it's often accompanied by feelings of not just disappointment, but self doubt, right? We start to doubt whether or not we can do the things that we set out to do. But failure is not the end of the road, it's a stepping stone for our growth and for self discovery. Like, many of the most successful people in the world have experienced multiple failures before achieving their goals. So we don't need to view failure as a reflection of our worth. And sometimes we do. We can choose to see it as an opportunity to learn and improve, because that is the better way to look at it, and it helps you keep moving ahead. When we start to say, oh, I'm doubting this, I don't know if I can do this. I think back on this quote, and I'm not going to remember who said it right now, but I love this quote. It says, God doesn't call the qualified, God qualifies the called. And if you have a vision in your mind for something, if you're working to do something that you this idea that's been putting in your head, you've been called, and you will be qualified through the trials and errors of what you're going through. So don't let yourself get down about it. Just keep moving forward. Okay? So that's one of the things I want to say. And you can start incorporating self-compassion into your daily lives, because you can do practical exercises like doing a loving kindness meditation, right? To spend a few minutes each day sending wishes of kindness and compassion to yourself. Like, I know a lot of people in the community do prayers every day for everybody, that they're okay, that everything is well. But you can do that for yourself too, right? You can say bless you and everybody else. So another practice is self-compassion journaling, right? Just write down your thoughts and feelings with self-compassionate language, acknowledging your struggles and offering words of encouragement. And don't forget about self-care rituals, things that nourish your mind and your body and soul, soaking your feet, taking a bath, things that make you feel good about you and your day. All of those things, take care of you, because it's going to help you. And just lastly, I want to say, as we're wrapping up today's live stream, I want to leave you with this reminder. Learning to give yourself grace is a journey, okay? It's not a destination. It takes time and practice, but the rewards are immeasurable. Be patient with yourself, celebrate your progress, and always remember that you're worthy of love and compassion. Okay? Thank you for joining today. And until next time, take care and be kind to yourself. I love you guys. I love you all. And whether you're watching this on the live or on the replay, I'm really happy you're here. Thanks for watching. All right. Don't forget to like it, comment. I'd love to hear what you have to say. If you're on YouTube, you know, share and subscribe for more content like this. And remember, you're stronger and more resilient than you realize. Take care, and I'll see you next time.